Well, hey, my good people. This is Miss Sunshine coming at you again. Sending out a bunch of love, light, and sunshine. You know what I'm saying? Shoo, got through that first video. I guess just going ahead and pressing that record button, that's the hardest thing ever. Not knowing what to say, but just starting it. I mean, I have notebooks. I have all kind of notebooks. Um, just with information, just with things I want to say, just bullet points, because that's what everybody is saying that you should do. But I'm gonna wing it, and I'm gonna let spirit flow through me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let I just start going. In the last video, it was just an introduction. Hey, my name is Miss Sunshine. So here we go. Here's a little introduction to who I am. My name's Levon. They call me Miss Sunshine. Um, uh, Up until 3 years ago, I was excuse me, blockage. Something's trying to block me saying what I need to say, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. You see that blockage? And that's been happening. If you know, you know. If you really know, you know there are things out there that, you know what I'm saying. If you have a message, it really doesn't want you to get that message out. You know what I'm saying. But um, I'm going to get the message out. I'm going to speak what I have to speak, and I'm just going to share. Um, and I know without a shadow of a doubt, you know how they say, if you build it, they will come. If I just take that time, just press record, you know what I'm saying? The individuals that need to find it will find it. In saying that, my name's Levon. Miss Sunshine is what they call me. Um, like I said, up until 3 years ago, I was a massage therapist, did holistic healing, things of that nature. Um, I would tell you this long, drawn out story of my journey with cancer. And, I'm just going to be honest with you. I hit 50 years old in 2022. I thought I had life figured out. I was like, yeah, I got this, I got this. I've raised children, married 20 years, divorced, whatever, have grandchildren. Um, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to live like that holistic life, do right by people, always bringing sunshine. So, I was at 50. I was like, man, I got this. Bring this next chapter on. Whatever it is you got, man, let's go for it. Okay. Let me just say, January 2023, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting that new year off. Okay, new year, new me. Let's do this. I say, I'm getting ready to get all these tests done. It's 50. I need to know what my body was like. Well, let's just say that started a whole revolution, a whole new revolution. Um, you know, we African American women, we really have to take it serious about our health. You know, um, Unfortunately, we spend a lot of time taking care of a lot of other individuals that we never take that time out for ourselves. And by the time we get to find out something's wrong with us, we're like knee deep in it, trying to, wade our way out of it. So, full diagnosis. I wanted to get a mammogram. I wanted to get my mouth redone. I wanted to get all the tests done. And mind you, I'm a massage therapist. I thought I was taking care of myself. I had insurance 10, 11 years working at a background investigation company. When I left, I was like confirmation When I left, I was like, as long as I take care of myself, whatever. Hadn't been to the doctors, didn't need to go. Well, as I started taking care of, started getting all these tests done, unfortunately, I started having a problem January 2023, which was some bleeding in the area where, let's just say, you don't need to bleed. We gonna fast forward. I'm not gonna take you through how they treat people in the healthcare system without insurance. You know, and being as though I've pretty much had insurance and paid for insurance all my life because I had good jobs. I didn't know that side of the coin just really existed like that, and how they really treated people. And let me just say, it wasn't pleasant. And that's another video. That's another topic. Let me roll back. All I'm gonna say is, from January to November, the struggle was real. I lost about 40 pounds. I was down to like 130, 120, 130. Um, I got all, mouth work done, had partials, had my dentures, had everything going, trying to still figure out what was going on with my body, losing weight daily, knowing it's a damn shame. It's a shame when you have to go through life and you know something's wrong with you, and you know it could potentially kill you, but you know what I'm saying, there's no doctor you can see, nobody, everybody is giving you the runaround. So pretty much daily I had to go out, still had to massage, still had to do what I had to do while trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Fast forward November 2023, I finally got to the point, and I mean, you can go on I have a GoFundMe. It tells pretty much my whole story, my whole cancer journey. Went in for a colonoscopy in November 2023, right after Thanksgiving. They put you to sleep. Got put to sleep. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna find out what's wrong with me. I go to sleep, wake up, everybody looking all grim. I'm like, well, what is it? I was informed that they couldn't do the colonoscopy because of the blockage that I had. And see, I didn't get into all that. The bleeding that I was having, it was because of a blockage I was having, and unfortunately, it was in a place it shouldn't have been. So my doctor pretty much told me, because the blockage was so large and because of the damage it was causing, they sent everything off for a biopsy, but she pretty much told me she was 99% sure that I had cancer, and that I needed to go to surgery immediately to to get a colostomy bag. And for those of you that don't know, it's when they kind of snip your piece of your intestines, your large intestines, reroute it, you know what I'm saying? Put it in a bag. Well, they're rerouting your stool. They're not rerouting your body. They're giving away for your stool to be released, so it doesn't have to go through, in my case, this blockage. Now, I can make a whole page about what it is, and people can correct me, whatever. But right now, I'm not getting ready to do that, because I'm just saying that just to say, okay, now I have to have this. My whole life changed at that moment. November 2023, my whole life changed. And how I'm going to begin my page, I'm going to tell you each time a little bit about my story, so that you can get to know me. You can get to know who I am. You can get to know my intentions, because my intentions is each one reach one, teach one. You know what I'm saying? My page isn't going to be for everybody. So if it's not for you, move on. But for the ones, for my tribe, for who this is going to be for, and I know this is going to reach the ones it needs to reach, welcome home, my people. But for now, you know, giving you that bit of information is a lot of information for me. But I'll move on. At this point, I was in the hospital and I realized that I can no longer work. I needed chemotherapy. I needed radiation. I'm going to wake up with a colostomy bag. I'm going to wake up with my intestines on the outside of my body and having to maneuver through life like that for a minute. I know there's a lot of people out there that go through a lot more difficult situations than this. And I'm not even, rating my situation because everyone's situation is different. But for my situation, it turned my life upside down. It turned my life upside down. And I was left out in the wilderness. And in this time is what showed me and solidified how truly blessed I am. It solidified the realness that there is more. It solidified that I will always be a ray of sunshine, come what may. See this? You can't see the wind, but as I'm saying it, the wind is picking up, it's solidifying. I'm getting a big hug. If you're doubting your intuition, if you have doubts about who you are, it's too late in life, I don't know what this thing is. I mean, come on. Join the crowd. Join us. It's okay. We've been taught and we've been conditioned so many different things, but I am here to tell you that just because the doctors give you a sentence or it looks like there's no way out, you don't know how it's gonna happen. I mean, sit with it. We're gonna have to sit with it. I'm here to tell you appearances are one thing, but reality is another. And perception is everything. And this journey with cancer, chemo, radiation, several surgeries, had to have a chemo port. Yeah. Oh, it's not there anymore. You can see my remnants. But as well, we'll go along. Not only did I have to have a colostomy, after I had chemo and radiation, they had to take a piece of my colon. You know what I'm saying? Give me a complete hysterectomy because of some issues. And they reversed my colostomy and then gave me an ileostomy. So I came home from the hospital with my colostomy reversed. Yay. Tighten that hole up. You know what I'm saying? But then I had 35 staples. And then I had a new ileostomy bag. What fun. Yay. And all that was from November 2023 to November 2024. And in December 2025, I started on a whole nother mission. But right now, we're not going to get into all that. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about just a portion of my journey. And like I say, my story is up if ever you wanted to, just glance and see my story month by month, because during the process of going through all of this, um, once a month I posted an update, because there were a lot of angels sent my way. And if it wasn't for these angels, I don't know how I would have done it. Ooh, confirmation bird. Ooh. So, I'm going to end this by saying, if you stayed here this long to hear me rambling on about who I am, and me doing it in a way that it's not scripted, this is me. This is what you're going to get. Um, don't have any notes. Don't have any foresight on what I'm going to say. And in these first couple videos, that's just what it is. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you, you can overcome anything. Anything, anything, anything. And I'm here just to be a safe space, give some love, some light, and some sunshine. So until my next video, keep it light.